welcome to another section. And yes, today I know it's been a while, and that's the more reason I decided to, bring you guys a live to show you all or to discuss something very important because I've been working on something, recently, and I am going to share it with you. Okay, so let me arrange this camera very well before we start. So quickly, it's going to be we are going to talk about mini importation items or items that you should start with as a beginner for mini importation. If you are delving into mini importation for the first time in 2025, or if you are looking at starting mini importation right now, okay, we are going to tell you, or I'm going to be sharing with you some of the items that you should consider and why you should consider those items. This video is going to be very straightforward and brief because my son is out there and I know he's not going to want to be there for a long time. So 30 minutes max, and we are going to wrap up this live. So if you can hear me, please let me know that you can hear me, and if you are on here, please do not forget to send a thumbs up or to like this video so that more people can actually see it. So basically, a lot of people know about mini importation while some others don't know, but I am going to start from the very scratch so that you will get to understand it. First of all, mini importation is basically buying products that are cheaper from other countries, because China is one of the countries that is actually very popular when it comes to mini importation all over the world, right? People in the United States buy from China, people from all over the world buy from China. China is like one of the countries that supplies everything and anything to the world. So basically, that's where most of the things that we use on our day-to-day life or our day-to-day runnings actually come from. And that is why I'm going to be using China as a case study. There are other countries like Turkey, like Dubai. There are other countries that you can actually import from, but I'm going to talk about China because it's quite cheaper, it's quite easier, their processing and everything is friendly and more cheaper basically, and that is the most popular place to actually get any item that you want to start a business, or to start the mini importation altogether. So go ahead and give this video a like, and so that some other person can actually see this video and benefit a thing or two from it. So basically, mini importation is getting items that are cheaper from China or from whatever country that you choose, depending on the item that you want, and then bringing it into your country. If it is if it is more expensive in your country, you bring in those items and then you sell for profits. Do not forget, for profits, because that is the most important thing. As a business person, you are doing this business for the sake of making profits. You are not just doing it to pass our time. So that is basically what mini importation is: looking for cheap products that are hot selling in your country, and then looking for where they are cheap in other countries and bringing it into your country, to sell. So there are some items that you should actually look out for when it comes to picking this product, or when it comes to going into mini importation, right? I am going to talk about some of the items that you should consider when you want to start your mini importation, and why you should consider some of these items. So basically, let me start from why you should consider some of these items. Now, when it comes to mini importation, there are a lot of things to consider. First of all, if you are in the country that I am, or if you are in whatever country that you are, there is something called custom duties or custom charges. So if you are bringing anything from outside the country into the country, there is a fee that you will pay to your custom service in your country. Now, the fee is going to be depending on the amount of item that you are buying, or the weight of the item, or the value of the item, right? So it may cost more or it may cost less depending on the item that you are importing or you are bringing into the country. And if you are bringing an item that may cost more, it is going to also affect your capital, the capital that you have, because you may not be able to bring in the item that you would, the amount of item that you would like. And of course, if it affects your capital, you may not be able to make good profit out of it. So that is one thing that you should consider. There is something called custom charges or custom duty. So when you are picking any product at all, make sure you know the amount is going to cost you for custom charges or custom duties before you go ahead to pick that item. Another thing that you should consider is the weight of the item. Now, when it comes to shipping from other countries to the country that you are, right, you want to consider the weight of the item, because the weight of the item is going to affect the amount of money that you are going to pay for shipping fees. There is something also called shipping fees. I'm going to come to that later. But if you are shipping items, or if you are buying items that are very weighty, that has a lot of weight, then you are going to be spending a lot of money in shipping that item down to your home country from the country that you bought it from, and you don't want that, because the shipping cost is going to also affect your capital, or the money that is going to be like the amount of money in total to import the goods. Let me give you an example. So for example, if maybe the cost of the item is, let's say, 3,000, okay, and the cost of shipping it because of the weight of this item is like 10,000, it has now brought the cost of that item to 13,000. Now if you look at the cost of the item in your home country, how much are they selling this item in your home country? If the cost of this item is not even up to 13,000, it means you are not supposed to be buying that item, because you are already running at loss. If you bring that item to your home country, you may not be able to sell and make profit, because it's already way past how much it is being sold in your country, and you want something that you can be able to sell a little bit cheaper than what the amount is in your home country, so that you can be able to get or attract customers easily, especially if you are a first timer, or especially if you are a beginner. So the weight of the item is another thing that you should consider when when you are trying to import from anywhere, or import any kind of goods from anywhere. Another thing you should consider is the cost of shipment, or the amount of money that is going to take. It's just like the example that I gave now. The weight of the item is going to determine the amount that you are going to pay for transportation, right? Now, if you are shipping, or if you are buying anything from abroad, from another country that is not your home country, of course, you are going to be paying something called shipping fees, right? Which means the money that is going to take for you to buy or to send the items from where the item is in that country, to your home country, or to come and meet you. Now, those are the fees. That fee, you are going to add it to the cost of the item that you bought, to actually get the amount or the total cost of that item. Now, you want to make sure that you are not buying items that will make you cost or make you spend a lot in shipping, right? So that is like 3 points I have given to you right now for the things to look out for before you go ahead to pick an item. Another thing you should look out for before you go ahead and pick an item to sell in your home country is the demand. A lot of people feel this a lot, right? They tend to just pick anything they like. When it comes to business, you are not doing what you like, right? You should not even consider what you like, because most of the times what you like is not what will sell or what will bring profits to you. As a business person, your consideration should be your profit and the value that your business is actually giving to people. If, for example, let's take for example that your area or where you live is actually is motorable, but there are few persons that have motor or that have cars, right? And a lot of people don't have the ability to buy cars in that environment. You can think of bringing in bikes, or bringing in motorbikes, right? And if you do that, you are actually looking at a lot of people buying from you, because that particular item is something that they need, right? It's going to solve the need for them to go to their office or go to their workplace and then come back to their houses. And it's also going to be cheaper for them to buy compared to cars, because of course if they have the money for cars, they would have bought the cars, right? So you want to look at the demand, look at where you